Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom. You can be too.
Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey with the deke.
6 teams.
Golden cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced DRs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome into Carroll High School, the site of tonight's nightcap of the SAC doubleheader between the visiting Snider Panthers and the home team on the scoreboard, the Carroll Chargers. We'll start it off with the preview on the visiting team side for Snider. Coming into this one 4-9, 2-3 in the SAC. Very youthful team they have. Keandre Brown, the only real contributing senior from last season that came over this season. He averages about 12.5 a game. But that youth, we talked about it, Dylan Duff, one to look out for. He had 34 points in the Panthers' last game. That was against Concordia in 2 blowout victories, so they're on a 2-game win streak coming into this one. Also, freshman Michael Ely lighting it up from behind the three-point line. 51% from 3, 31 for 61. 4-9, really kind of hard to judge these Panthers as they've had a tough schedule. Played the likes of Maryville, who the Chargers did play last week Saturday and beat. Also Indianapolis-Tinley, who's probably one of the better 1A schools in the state this year. Probably pretty good chance they'll make a state run for the title. So tough schedule so far for the young Panthers. Just starting to figure it out, though, as I mentioned, coming on a 2-game win streak. So doubled their wins on the season just in the span of 2 games. Now we'll take a look at the home team, Carroll Chargers. led by head coach Marty Beasley. 11-2 this season, 4-1 in the SAC. Only conference loss that counted would have been Wayne because the Homestead loss, which they suffered in the SAC tournament, was in tournament play, so it does not count for the conference schedule. So only one loss in technical conference terms for the Chargers, but technically two losses because they did lose to Homestead in the SAC tournament. So they're 11-2. They're only 2 losses, each coming at the hands of a 2-point defeat. So close games has been what's in store. 188 wins here at Carroll does head coach Marty Beasley have. Now the leading in that category for the Chargers all time. So a pretty big accomplishment there for head coach Marty Beasley. The Chargers are ranked 20th in the IBCA coaches poll. So that's the coaches voted from each sectional area. A couple coaches from each area voted their best teams, best top 20 teams in the state based on what they've seen. Kind of gets a good reach of the whole state as a ranking. So that's one of the more widely recognized polls. Chargers just scratching the surface there at 20. They had been receiving votes for most of the season. Excellent free throw shooting from this Chargers team. 2 players in senior Reese Swoverland and junior Dan McKeeman shooting over 90% from the stripe. If they're in a position to win a game, normally they can knock it down with some good free throw shooting. As you see both teams coming back out on the court for a couple more warm-ups. Kind of a different schedule tonight from this one, but also the Chargers shooting 40% as a team from behind the arc, so can hit it from the three-point line as well. A couple of players, especially one to mention, Nathan Fish coming off the bench. Had a big game a couple weeks ago against Dwenger coming off the bench, hitting 5 3-pointers for the Chargers, really providing a spark in that one as he has all season long off the bench with that three-point shooting. So number of ways the Chargers can win, but one of the most overlooked in terms of a team play is their defense. They are 12th in the state of Indiana and least points given up. It's a strong suit head coach Marty Beasley really likes to talk about and is very proud of his team. As last season he talked about in the pre-game interview this year, he talked about how they gave up a little bit more than they wanted to, about 10 to 15 more points more than his teams have in the past. And he believes that's why some of those close losses resulted in the way they were. Not a traditional Carroll record last year for the Chargers, but back on track this year they are, and at the hands of good defense. So just under 2 minutes here before we get the tip in this one, and when we return, starting lineups for each team on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Welcome back into Carroll High School. Balin Height on the play-by-play. To the left of me, Matt Runyon on the camera. Here's your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. So there you have the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Panthers going very deep, as I mentioned, or very young, as I mentioned. You got a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and 2 seniors in there. So the sophomore and the freshman, what you want to watch out for Dylan Duff and Michael Ely. Main contributors also Keandre Brown, the senior, 6'1". He stands, averages 12.5 points on the season. So it'll be Edja and Duff at the tip. Get things underway on the boys' end of this doubleheader out at Carroll High School. Chargers looking to increase the win streak to 8. And Panthers looking to increase their win streak to 3. Off the tip, Duff will get it out to Johnson, Lawrence Johnson. Outstanding defensive lineman for the Panthers, heading his way to Purdue come the fall. Play some football for Jeff Brom up there. As they try to get the feed down to Duff, able to get it swiped away by Arius Jones. There's that defensive pressure. You see it early. Chargers 12th in the state, least points given up. As McKeeman swings it over to Perlick. Perlick will take the drive right at Lawrence Johnson. Off the glass and good for Riley Perlick. So Chargers strike first. Johnson with it now. That's Jaquel Lee. John Quell Lee now to Johnson. Down the post, tapped away by Perlick. Now tipped away by Edja. Chased down by McKeeman over to David Edja. He'll go up with it. Try to get the slam. Popped up. Perlick's got it. Up off the glass. Can't get it to roll out. Duff rebounds it. Head coach Marty Beasley not happy with it. Looking for the layup for Edja. Just to take the points while you got him. In the corner, that's Brown. 3 way off. Rebound Johnson now to Duff. Duff will fire a 3 right up the middle. Hit it. Dylan Duff on the board first for the Panthers. They lead 3-2. McKeeman will take it across half court. He's a junior. Stands at 5'11". Tries to bring it around on the screen. Tough screen. Reese Swerveling can't get the finish, but John Quell Lee hit the ground, or hit the court tough, I should say, on that one. Jones tries to tap it out, but can't control it. It rolls out of bounds. And the Panthers will retain it. Brian inbounds it to Lee. Down to Duff. They try to feed Ely. Can't get it. Tipped away again, but it'll stay down here. It's very active are the Chargers on defense. Not let you get anything easy. Very well at capitalizing on mistakes. That's what's led them to the 11-2 record they hold. As you see it again there, Jones taps it out of bounds, denying the inbounds. And working it around now. Brown comes out to get it. He'll try to take it at Edja. Turns around, instead spins it out. Now finds Lee. Now the Panthers look to run something. Head coach Jeremy Roush in his second season at Snider. Michael Ely fire a long 3. Can't get it. Rolls off, as I mentioned earlier. Ely a 51% free throw shooter, 3-point shooter. Swerveling thought about it. Pump fake now. Gets to Edja. Knock him down. He can. Perlick fires it. Front off the rim. No good. Rebound. Panthers. Up to Brown. Quick it goes. Look to work it off the glass. Feed it to Johnson. Can't get it. Not strong enough. But Duff able to get the rebound. Puts it up and in. Duff's got 5. Leading all scorers here. And the Panthers have a 5-2 lead. McKeeman comes off. And we'll get a foul on Lee. Head coach Roush wanted the push off. Couldn't get it. So first team foul for the Panthers, first foul of the game, and first on Lee. As McKeeman inbounds it to Jones. Jones, the point guard of this team, the primary ball handler tonight for the Chargers. On the other end, it'll be a mixture of Brown and others. Very able to handle it as multiple people on the Panthers as David Edge tries to get it down low, steps out of bounds, coming the other way. So good start for the Panthers, what you want against this Charger team. Get a lead early. Defense is a specialty. Can score as well. The Chargers can, but you're not going to beat them toe-to-toe defensively. You got to outscore them. Senior Brown with it. Leads it up on McKeeman. Now swings it over to Duff. Duff with Jones on him. He'll drive it. Pull up. Fire it. Duff's feeling it. He's got 7, all 7 of the Panthers' points. Does Dylan Duff, outstanding sophomore, at 34 against Concordia and well on his way. So McKeeman dribbles it across half court. So good start here for the Panthers. Swervelin's got it. Ely on him, flings it over to Edja. Now Edja's going to drive on Duff. Pullback of Edja off the glass, no good. And almost rebounded by Reese Swervelin of the Chargers, and then it is. And they'll get Edja on the bump foul. And trio of substitutions coming in for the Chargers now. So that's David Edge's first team foul for the Chargers. Fish, Pocock, and Shear check in for the Chargers. We talked about Nathan Fish earlier in the pregame, shooting 47% from 3. Or 45%, excuse me, from 3. Off the bench, good spark for head coach Marty Beasley. Ely now guarded with Pocock. He can light it up from 3. Swings it over to Duff. Now Duff's going to drive it, hand it off to Johnson. Now they see Keandre Brown in the corner. Nice feed, and can't get the bounce. That shot was halfway down and popped out. Would have been big for the Panthers. Now McKeeman will run it up off the screen. Fires a 3 of his own. Can't get it to bounce in off the rim. And it'll stay down here. Shearer looked like he was going to grab it, but held off. So the first substitution coming in for the Panthers as Lawrence Johnson takes a seat. And Jayshon Underwood steps in, 5'9" sophomore, in his place. Jones will be the inbounder. Feeds it to McKeeman off the quick action. Cut, go to the glass. McKeeman will up and in. So McKeeman, first 2 points for him. And the Chargers cut it back to 1 possession. That's Underwood with it. Swings it over to Ely. Now Ely hands it off to Lee. Slow game so far. Both teams just trying to feel each other out here. Brown with it. Duff has all 7 points for the Panthers as Michael Ely fires one from the corner, can't hit it. Rebound Chargers. Here comes Arius Jones. Nice move to the rack, off the glass, can't finish it. Almost strips it out of Duff, then does, but able to corral it is Underwood. Back come the Panthers, 3 minutes remaining. Low scoring here so far. Underwood will have it. Gets over to Ely. He's going to fire another one. If it's not working at first, keep trying. And that's exactly what Michael Ely just did as he hits his first shot, the first non-Panther not named Dylan Duff to score in this one. And now they have a 6-point lead. Arius Jones with a shot. Can't get it to go. Chargers having some difficulties getting anything to fall through the basket. As Arius Jones picks the swipe foul. The first on him, second team foul for the Chargers with 2:30 remaining. And head coach Marty Beasley not happy with the start of his team. Will call a timeout, calm him down, get him back into this one with 2:31 remaining. Just a 30-second timeout. Well, I'd like to remind you the Fort Wayne Comets have won 9 championships in 65 years of calling Fort Wayne home. The Comets have attracted over 1.2 million fans to the Coliseum over the past 4 years, with an average attendance of over 7,500 fans per game. For game info and tickets, go to thecomets.com. Go to comets.com. You can also follow the Comets on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We appreciate all the Fort Wayne local support we get for Fort Wayne area athletics. Helps us bring games like this one out to you, the viewer, consistently when they're on. Don't want to miss a game. Got to have the funding, and we're appreciative of the folks who give it to us. Parkview Sports Medicine, Big Eyed Fish, and the Fort Wayne Comets. Duff's got it now for the Panthers, matched up with the way undersized Shear. Going to try to drive it now, feed it off to Isaac Farnsworth. Can't get the shot. Rebound, McKeeman. Back come the Chargers now. McKeeman takes a strong drive, pull up, shot, hits it. McKeeman's got 4. And the lead back to 4 for the Panthers. 10-6, 2 minutes we go. Underwood had it, then gets it off to Brown. Matchup with Fish, he'll take it right to the basket. And we got an offensive foul. So official under the basket gave the call to the side official. And Preston Shear draws the contact for the Chargers going the other way. And he'll be the inbounder now with under 2 minutes in the first quarter. So Farnsworth matched up on McKeeman. Diving into the bench, both teams are. Pocock tries to feed it down to Shear. Got Brown on him. Take it up. Blocked by Michael Ely, but they'll call a foul. We'll see who this one's on. Ely looked around. Didn't think it was on him. It might be on Brown. And I think it's going to be, it is. So that's Brown's second. And that's a big-time foul. Take it number 2 here with 1:38 left in the first quarter. Shear will head to the line to shoot free throws. Good on the first. And Preston Shear gets his name in the scorebook with his first point. 1 possession game now. With a chance to cut it to 2 on the second attempt. Preston Shear, the 6'1 junior, the type of scrappy player coaches like having on teams. Can't get the bounce on the free throw, so it stays a 3-point game. And now Underwood brings it up. Much smaller lineup here for head coach Roush of the Panthers. Duff's at 6'5", the tallest player you got in there. And now we got to travel on Farnsworth, and it'll head the other way. If you're the Panthers, you got to be careful. Carroll likes to capitalize on mistakes, especially defensively. You can't make your own mistakes against them. You got to make them force you to make mistakes. That's how they win ball games. That's how head coach Marty Busey's gotten this team to an 11-2 record. Keeman will bring it up now. 1:15 remaining in the first quarter. Keeman makes a move on Lee. Now try to get to Swervelin. He does. Swervelin working on Ely. Gets to Perlick. Perlick's got Farnsworth on him. Motion bringing around back to Swervelin. Ely right up on him. Freshman tries to feed it to Jones. Can't get it to him. Back to McKeeman. Takes a step, and we got a foul. 48 seconds remaining in that foul call. It'll be 4th on the Panthers. 4th team foul. And that's going to go on Lee, his second. So now we got 2 Panthers. Lee checks out with 2 fouls. With 2 fouls here, with just under a minute left in the first quarter, Keandre Brown and Jonquel Lee. As the feed is into Perlick, 46 seconds now. Swervelin's got it. Going to take it for himself, drive it, and he'll draw some contact. We'll see who they get on this one. Either Ely or Duff both want to be able to contest that shot, and they'll get Michael Ely, the freshman. So 5th team foul now on the Panthers. Dangerously close to getting those team foul counts up and putting the Chargers in the bonus. I mentioned earlier, pretty good free throw shooting team. Reese Swervelin for the Chargers shooting 92% from the line as he knocks down the first. And the 5'11 senior gets his first 2 points of the game, or first point of the game, I should say. Now, substitution in. Nathan Fish back in the game. So the starting 5 minus Fish, or starting 4, I'd say, out there minus Fish, is that free throw no good for Swervelin. Normally a steady shooter from the free throw line. Couldn't get the pair, though. And now into the game is Elijah Wimby. He's got the ball now, working on Edja. Edja pokes it away. Farnsworth able to corral it, though. So Rouch forced to go to the bench here early as 2 quick fouls by Jonquel Lee and Keandre Brown put them on the bench. Underwood now, under 11 seconds. Panthers probably looking for the last shot. Swings it to the corner to Farnsworth. Almost lost it. Able to get it back into Underwood. Now to the corner. It goes. And we got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Chargers going down that way. So the Chargers will have 2.5 seconds to work on that jump ball call. See if they can get a shot up and in. Going to be tough. Got to go the length of the court. As into Jones. He'll fire it from half court. And short. Can't get it as the buzzer sounds. So at the end of the first quarter from Carroll High School, the Snider Panthers up just 2 points, 10-8 over the home team Carroll Chargers. When we return, second quarter action on SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com. Balin Height alongside me on the camera is Matt Runyon. So we're set for the second quarter here from Carroll High School. So some good play from Dylan Duff, leading the Panthers in scoring with 7. He's got the ball now, drives it on Riley Perlick, and say he traveled. So back the other way it goes. He's got 7. Jumps the Panthers out to a quick 10-4 lead, and now only a 2-point lead at 10-8 as we start the second quarter here, and the Chargers got the ball right back after that turnover by Duff. Jones will work with it now, finds Sorverlin. Over to the corner, he gets Edja. Down low, they'll try to work it to Nathan Fish, off the glass and good. Nathan Fish able to create space for himself and put the shot up and in. Tie the ball game up at 10 apiece. So Lee back into the game, working with 2 fouls for head coach Roush. Now he gets to Ely. Ely feeds the post down to Johnson, working on Perlick, and back the other way. Another offensive foul on, or another charge, I should say, on the Panthers. As a good position for the Chargers down low defensively, and they force another turnover. As Johnson just went too hard at Perlick and dropped him to the floor. And just like that, 30 seconds in, Chargers already forced 2 turnovers. So Jones swings it to Swerverlin. He can hit it from 3. He'll fire a 3. Hits it. Nothing but net for Reese Swerverlin. And he's got 4 points, and the Chargers have their first lead of the game. Now over to Duff. Duff will fire from the free throw line off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Chargers. There comes Jones with it, working a little quick with some pace. Swings it around. Wide open lane. He'll take it, drive it, put the floater up off the front of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Fires it back out to Swerverlin. Edja, fire a 3-pointer. Can't get it off the front of the rim. Chargers having a tough time tonight getting shots to go. A lot of them clanging off that front rim over there, the far end of the gym. Johnson's got it now at the top of the 3-point line. Swings it to Lee now. Lee will hold on to it, survey the court a little bit, trying to get Duff some action. They get it to him now, off the screen from Ely. Turn around, get it back to Ely. Ely now gets it to Lee. Matched up with Fish. Over to Brown. Brown's got 2 fouls, so you got Lee and Brown in the game with 2 fouls. Swings it over to Lee. Lee will fire a 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Perlick. Getting up quick is Jones. Taking it right at the rack. Trying to draw the contact, can't get the foul. But he's got to get back and play defense, so gets back up to the way. Here comes Duff. And Johnson swings it to Lee. Pass almost picked off by Arias Jones. Lee brings it back out to the top and sets up the offense. 5:46 remaining in the second quarter. Drops it off to Ely. Ely now working on Nathan Fish. Down to the post, they get Johnson, and up and in on the contact for David Edja. So Johnson head to the line. David Edja picks up his 2nd foul, so it's not a call you want there. And head coach Marty Beasley puts his hands up in disbelief. Can't believe that one was called. Definitely some contact there, but Edja was in a pretty good position. Just put his hands up and over Johnson on the shot. So Johnson, Lawrence Johnson, the Purdue football commit, will be headed to the line to shoot a pair. And no good on the first. That's the 3rd team foul on the Chargers. So Edja with 2 and Jones with 1. It's a big group of substitutions comes out as Edja will probably take a seat for the remainder of the second quarter. As sophomore Gross, Shear, McKeeman all check back into the game. Jones, Edja, and Swerveland take a seat. Johnson gets the bounce on the front end of that one and able to get a point. So Lawrence Johnson getting his name into the scorebook with 1. 13-11, the score, 5:36 left in the first half. So Johnson will take a seat now. Kima back into the game with Lee on him, brings it across half court. Gross comes out, takes the ball over to Shear. Now back down to Perlick. Good pressure by the Panthers. Perlick will take it right to the rack. Gets the foul from Duff. Almost got the and one. But instead, Perlick will head to the line to shoot 2. So that'll be the first foul on Dylan Duff. Had 7 points in the first quarter, but no points yet in the second quarter for Duff. He is the Panthers' leading scorer, averaging about 15 a game. Perlick good on the first attempt. So Riley Perlick now with 3, chance to make it 4. And can't get the second of the pair, so 1 for 2 for Perlick. And rebound, Snider Panthers. They're coming back down with it. That's right with the ball. Up, down 3. Brown's got it now. Drives it off. And we got a foul. We'll call it on the floor. It's going to go on Shear. So Brown was driving, so that's first on Shear. And 4th team foul for the Chargers. Chargers now in the bonus, as the last foul for the Panthers was the 7th. So Chargers be shooting free throws on the next foul. Or the with a 1-and-1. Duff with the ball. Panthers got to look to get him some more looks. Pretty slow, methodical offense so far, but that's the Chargers force you to play. Lee has it. Brown will fire a 3 from the top. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Arias Jones. And he'll bring it up. So both teams taking some good shots, finding some open looks, just having trouble getting the bounce from the rim as Dan McKeeman takes it up and in. And off the glass, he's got 6 for the Chargers. 5-point lead now, largest for the Chargers as Duff goes under the basket and tosses it out of bounds. And we get some substitutions into the game. Pocock in, and I think we got a timeout. We do. 30-second timeout from the Panthers, and head coach Jeremy Roush wants to talk to his players. I'd like to remind you today's broadcast is being brought to you by on SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Almost at 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Getting closer and closer every day. We appreciate all the support we've had from the Fort Wayne area, and we love bringing you these events live to everyone. And even if you're not from Fort Wayne, outside of Fort Wayne, anywhere you're watching from tonight, we're glad you're here, and we're glad we can bring you this coverage of our SAC events and Fort Wayne area athletics. As many of you know, they deserve it. 16-11, 4:33. Chargers will have it out of the Panthers' timeout. Jones has it, bringing it up. Brown on him, tipped by Lee. McKeeman able to corral it, though, so good pressure from the Panthers. Head coach Jeremy Roush likes that, clapping on the sidelines. Bench up, some good pressure. Roush really putting the defensive setup for them now. Turnover here for the Chargers. Ely coming the other way with Shear on him. Off the glass, no good. Duff tried to get the tip back in. Rebound by Fish. So off the turnover, looking to work quick where the Panthers couldn't get it. Duff almost had the tip in. It's under 4 minutes now in this one. Fish has it at the top, matched up with Duff. Looking to work. Duff comes out and challenges him. Now over to Jones. Jones working on Brown. Drives the three-point line, then takes it back. Tries to feed it to McKeeman, can't. Gets it back to Fish. Fish looking for Pocock. Nice pressure from Duff. Pokes it out. Now they'll find Shear working on Ely. Shear will put it back to the basket, take it up. Off Ely, too strong. Over the rim and rebound by Michael Ely. Up to Dylan Duff. Dylan Duff looks to the corner. Finds Darian Wright. Can't get the three-point shot. Back the other way. The Chargers come working quick. Find Nathan Fish in the corner. He can hit it. It's too strong on that one. Rolls out. Rebounded by Ely. Mentioned earlier, Nathan Fish, over 40% on the season from the 3 line. Off the bench. 16-11. Slow going game here for an offensive team from the Panthers, who normally can put up points in a hurry. Had multiple 80-point outputs this season. As Mike Wheatley fires a long 3, front off the rim, no good. Rebound Chargers. McKeeman now brings it up, matched with Lee on him. Finds Pocock. Ely guarding him. Now over to Fish. Still Duff on Fish. And tough pass from Fish, and we'll get a foul on the Chargers as Lee jumped the lane, took the steal, and then McKeeman got hit with a foul. 2:25 left in the second quarter. And that'll be the 5th team foul on the Chargers. First foul for McKeeman. Farnsworth has it. Looking to feed it to somebody. Gets it to John Barnes, who's fresh into the game. Now back to Farnsworth in the corner. Swings it over to right. Lee working on Pocock. Over to Brown. Brown's got McKeeman on him. Nice spin move around the lane, and traffic off the glass and good. For Keandre Brown gets his first 2 of the game. And the Charger lead up to just 3 now. So 1 possession game with under 2 minutes left. Good battle so far. I mentioned earlier, head coach Roush over there on the sideline. You can see him getting into the game. Really rallying his team on the defensive end right in front of him. And backdoor cut. Swervelin almost rolled out, but he was open and able to get it. So Swervelin now with 6. Him and McKeeman both with 6 for the Chargers. 5-point lead again. Lee's got on the corner. Farnsworth fires a 3. Can't get it. Rims out. A couple of unlucky breaks by the rim for both teams tonight. Really, I mean, you see 18-13. You think low scoring. If just half of those shots would go in. Is Lee with a touch foul right there. Trying to poke the ball away from Jones. It'll be Lee's 3rd foul. 1:04 remaining. And Jones will head to the line for the Chargers as they are in the 1-and-1 bonus. As I mentioned, if half of those shots that would rimmed in and out would have matched through, you're seeing a much higher scoring game. So most of them were good takes, good looks for both teams. It's Jones at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Good on the first is Jones. Here's Jones, 6'3" senior. Gets his first point of the game. And with that shot, it gives him another shot at hitting the pair. Jones good on the second, so perfect on the pair for his first 2 points is Arias Jones. And a 7 with under a minute remaining with the Panther ball here in the first half. Duff has it. Scoreless in the second quarter after having the first 7 points for the Panthers. Keandre Brown working with it. Gets it over to John Barnes. Barnes surveys, now gets it to Farnsworth. In the corner, Brown will fire a 3. Can't get it too long. Rebound by Duff. And they're going to call a foul on Shear, his 2nd. That'll be team foul number 6 on the Chargers. So Brown will be the inbounder with 35 seconds left. 7-point lead for the Chargers. Slowly built it up and pretty back and forth up until that point. Duff trying to feed it down low in the post, working on Fish. Too strong, rims in and out, but Keandre Brown there for the rebound. Can't get the putback. And Fish curls it for the Chargers, 25 seconds remaining. So Dylan Duff scoreless in the second quarter. For head coach Roush, you really want to see more from Duff in the second quarter. Down 7, especially 10 seconds now. Moving it around on the Chargers. Got to get a shot. 8, 7, 6. Got to hurry here. 5, 4. Got to look at the clock. 3, 2-1. Swerveland will take the drive. Up and in. So off the glass on the drive, Reese Swerveland. Now he's got 8 in the contest, leads all scorers, leads all Chargers, I should say, as Dylan Duff has 7 for the Panthers. Those are your leading scorers at half here on SummitCitySports.com. We come back, we've got scores from around the area, and we'll talk about some upcoming events here on SummitCitySports.com when we return right back here at Carroll High School.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom. You can be too.
Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne High.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome you back here at Carroll High School. Balin Height on the play-by-play. To the left of me, Matt Runyon on the camera. A traditional chuck-a-duck here going on at Carroll High School at halftime of every Carroll home game put on by the Carroll dance team. Get you some scores from around the area as we get them in. Northside leading Concordia 20-5 at the end of the first quarter there. No word if Keon Brooks is playing, as that's been the story of the week. Keon Brooks considering a prep school. That's what the initial reports were, but since a source claiming staying within Northside, but did not practice Monday. I had not heard anything since. Most of the time you want to take privacy in those matters, as it is, at the end of the day, just a kid. And a lot of people fail to remember that. They see the numbers, they see the rankings, but at the end of the day, these are student athletes, and student comes first. So in that situation, you want to give privacy. I saw a ridiculous article wrote, I should say, claiming that they knew what was going on in the walls of that, and just stay out of the situation at the end of the day. Obviously, it's big news. It's a big-time recruit, possibly leaving the Fort Wayne area, what the initial reports were, but just stay out of it. Let them figure it out. Let it be resolved within, and then when the full story comes out and you can properly digest everything that's happened, that's when you make the move on it. So just a little rant there from the past week that has been the SAC basketball. I mentioned earlier the girls game before this. Girls action will be taking place here at Carroll High School. There'll be a sectional here. A lot of the area teams, Northrop, Carroll, Snider, all involved in that one. That'll start Tuesday, 7:30 is the tip of the Carroll and Snider game, so a rematch of what you saw earlier as the Carroll Chargers dispatched the Snider Lady Panthers 84-36. As far as that game went, same sectional pairings for the boys, but that won't happen for over a month as the last games of the season later in January, or later in February, excuse me, as we're ending the month of January. So still a lot of regular season basketball to play for the boys. You see it here, a good matchup so far, 22-13 the score at the end of the first half. When we return, second half action from SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom. You can be too.
Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Golden cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses For additional sponsorships and donations, you can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com for third quarter action coming out of the first half. 22-13, the Chargers led it. They'll start with the ball. Arius Jones will bring it closer part of your screen. Sit over to Riley Perlick, matched up with Lawrence Johnson. Off to McKeeman. McKeeman will drive up the much bigger Johnson. With contact, gets it up and in. Coach Marty Beasley upset with that no call, as earlier was a similar play with David Edja over Johnson, where Johnson got the call. Down to Dylan Duff. He'll pull around, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Edja. Almost batted out by Keandre Brown. Now Chargers move it up quickly with the 11-point lead. Takes it, jump stop for McKeeman, puts it up and in. So good down in that area is Dan McKeeman with 10 now. The first 4 points of the game for the, or first 4 points of the first half, second half for the Chargers. Drive from Duff. Hail Mary shot, no good. And Jones will bring it up, swings it over. Swerverlin now around the screen. Swerverlin will drive it. Mike Lilly says no and bats it out the other way. Now he's got the ball, bringing it up the court. Gets it to Duff. Duff will fire three. In front of the rim, no good. And we got it over the back. Coming the other way on the Panthers. McKeeman will set it up for the Chargers. Bring it across. Gets down to Perlick in the post with Johnson on him. He's going to take it right to the basket. Will Riley Perlick got some contact. Couldn't get the call. And it rolls off the rim. McKeeman now with Lee on him. Down to Duff in the post with Jones on him. And David Edja swats it out of there. Good. Nice defensive pressure from David Edja on Duff, who had 7 points red hot. He came out in that first quarter, but 0 cents the first quarter for Dylan Duff, the leading scorer of the Panthers. Michael Illy in the corner, swinging it around. Lee has it. Back to Duff, now back to Lee. Lee will fire a three off the screen from Ely. Hit it. Panthers desperately needed that. Jonquel Lee with his first points of the game, and it's a 10-point game for the Chargers. Perlick's got him in the post. He's going to go right back at Lawrence Johnson, and Lawrence Johnson drops to the floor. Little flop there maybe, but contact works, and Snider fans love it. Head coach Marty Beasley does not. That'll go on Perlick, his first foul. And now the Panthers come the other way with it. Down 10. Duff now hits it off the other way, and it'll keep it down here on a loose ball. Charger coaching staff calling for the offensive foul there after what was called on the back of the other end, but can't get it. Coach Marty Beasley still yelling at the referee. Upset with that one. Got to be careful, does head coach Marty Beasley. Brown with it for the Panthers. Back up to Johnson, over to Duff. Duff working on Jones. Now gets to Lee. Lee just hit the three-pointer for the Panthers. Now back to Brown. Brown thought about a shot. Now spin around Perlick. Take it to the rack. Can't get it on the finish. Would have been a nice one. Instead, Arius Jones rebounds are working quick for the Chargers. Gets back to McKeeman. McKeeman will fire a three. Hit it. Cannot leave Dan McKeeman open. McKeeman with 13, leading all scorers, and the Chargers lead back up to 13. Under 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Lead out, and we'll get a timeout called by head coach Roush as Head coach Marty Beasley coming out to talk to the official. Still upset with that call. A couple of close offensive foul calls as Lawrence Johnson got the offensive charge down here. And now the assistant coaching staff for Carroll trying to corral head coach Beasley. And they'll end up in the timeout. 30 seconds almost up. It is. Before, we'd like to remind you that today's broadcast is being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Out of the timeout, we'll reset things. Leading scorer for the Chargers is Dan McKeeman with 13 points. For the Panthers, it's Dylan Duff with 7. But scoreless since that first quarter is Duff. Little storyline here in this one as the Panthers had a 6-point lead. Now, Chargers with a 13-point lead. So, a couple scripts flipped as we talked about defensive pressure from the Chargers. Keeping games low, that's how they like to play. As Brown met with some pressure. Lee with a rebound off the shot. What it would have been, able to get it bounce off the back of the rim and drop in. So Lee with 5 for the Panthers. As Shear moves it over to Fish. Fish thought about a shot. Instead, get it over to McKeeman. And they'll work around the offense. Tapped away by Underwood. And what do we got? We got a foul call now. Yeah, they'll get Underwood on that one. His first foul, first team foul for the Panthers in the second half. Keeman works around trying to find Jones in the back door. Can't get it. Rolls out of bounds. Back the other way it'll go. As 11-point lead for the Chargers. Panthers with a chance to cut it to under 10. Lee's got it. Gets it over to Brown. Now he'll swing it to Underwood. Underwood looking to work it around to Ely. Ely catches fire 3. No good. Can't get the bounce. Back to their way. Jones will work with it. Shear hit the floor. Looks like he's okay. Fish will fire the in-transition 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Nice play from Nathan Fish, but he stepped out and he's heading the other way. So good hustle play there. Get his own offensive rebound, but couldn't control it inbounds. And the Panthers will work it with the other way. 3's on the board. 3:33 left in the third quarter. That's Underwood swinging it over to Brown. Brown with Shear. Now down. We get a foul under the basket. See if they get on that one. I think it's going to be on Fish. So it is on Nathan Fish. His first of the game, second team foul on the Chargers. So after a whistle-blowing first half, second half hasn't been as impacted by the referees. Only 3 fouls total. So that one will roll out of bounds. The Chargers will have it now. Jones dumps it into McKeeman, and McKeeman will bring it up the court. Underwood matches up with McKeeman. McKeeman running around now. We're going back toward the Carroll bench. Finds Pocock. Pocock trying to get it around Ely. Now gets it to Jones. Jones trying to feed it into Shear. Now he'll drive it himself. Take it up. Get some contact. Couldn't get the draw. Couldn't get the and-one as it rolls off the front of the rim. And Jones will head to the line to shoot the pair. Jones with 2 points in this one from the free throw line. 2 of 2 on his attempts. And can't get the lucky bounce on that one as it drops out off the back of the glass. So looking to make it 50% on this trip. Jones no good on the second attempt either. Almost got his own rebound, though. Ely able to control it for the Panthers. So 0 of 2 trip after hitting his first pair. 2 for 2. 2 of 4 on the night. 50% is Jones from behind the free throw line. And we got a whistle. Let's get some Shear. Shear Looking around thinking it was him. It wasn't, though. It was Blake Pocock, his first third-team foul on the Chargers. Duff now driving the basket. Trio Chargers on him. Kicks it back out to Darian right. Now back to Duff. Duff will drive it on Shear. Instead feeds it off. That's Underwood. Long triple try, no good. Rebounded by Jones. Jones will bring it up for the Chargers. Over to McKeeman. McKeeman. Awkward step there, but able to control it and get it back. Now back to McKeeman. Thought about a three. Wright comes out to cover him. Shear comes off the screen for McKeeman. Takes it right to the rack. Nice screen by Dan McKeeman. Shear's got 3 points, and the Chargers back up 13. It's a really nice screen by Dan McKeeman on the much larger Dylan Duff. Open that lane right up for Preston Shear. Panthers got to look for a response here. Down 13 with under 2 minutes to go. Almost rattles out of bounds. Underwood able to control it. Gets it to Duff. Flying in the action. Swings it over to Brown now. Senior looking to score. Spins it off and gets it back to Darian Wright, the junior, who rattles in a three. And back to a 10-point lead, 31-21, with 1:30 remaining in this one, in the third quarter. Keeman brings it around now. Down to Fish. Fish gets Jones. Jones will work. It's back to the basket on Brown and draw some contact on the shot. So he'll head back to the line after going 0-2 on his last trip. For Keandre Brown, his fourth foul. Got to watch that. Does head coach Jeremy Rauch. 4 fouls, this entire quarter left to go. Got to be careful. Jones still having problems at the free throw line. Can't get it to go through. 0 of 3 on his last 3 attempts. Made a pair in the first half, but nothing since at the free throw line. There's only 2 points coming from those first 2 free throw shots. Jones will try to make a 50% trip here. He does. Able to get the second attempt to go through. Jones has 3. And Chargers are up 11 now. 1:17 left in the first quarter. Jones will take a seat. Some substitutions come in. Edge back in the game. Swerveland, Perlick, and Gross. McKeeman, the only one remaining out there for the Chargers. That's Wright. With Gross on him. McKeeman now over to Underwood. Now back to Wright. Underwood over to Wimby. Wimby finds Wright. Wright's going to pull a 3. Hits it again. So Darian Wright. Back-to-back 3-pointers for him. Charger lead is cut to 8. Under a minute. 38 seconds left. David Edge going to take it to the basket and get the foul. It's been the offensive attack for the Chargers. Take it to the basket, try to draw the contact. Hasn't been there. The calls have not been there for them up until about the last couple attempts. That one's going to go on Elijah Wimby for the Panthers. His first, team 4th. It's Edja able to get the first through. David Edja, just his first point of the game. Normally leads the Chargers in scoring, but David Edja pretty quiet. After picking up a second foul early in that second quarter, sat the bench most of that, just checked back into the game. Now at the back of the rim, no good. And Panthers rebound, bring it up the court. Down low to Duff, Edge over him, and one for Dylan Duff as Edge picks up his second foul, or third foul. And Duff will have a chance to head to the line to make it a 3-point play. So Duff's first 2 points after that outburst of 7 points in the first quarter. 33-26. 7-point lead. Duff's got a chance to make it a 6. He does. Cashes it through. Dylan Duff now with 10 for the Panthers. 6-point game now. Panthers slowly but surely working their way back into this one. They're being down at 1 point by 13. Good defense and some missed shots by the Chargers allowed them to work back into this one. Coach Russ jumping for joy over on the bench. Commanding his team into the defensive sets. McKeeman can't get the shot, the pressure he wants. Now we got a whistle. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter, where the Snider Panthers just down 6 now as the Carroll Chargers lead 33-27 here on SummitCitySports.com. Actually, they're going to put 0.8 seconds back on the clock. I think we had a turnover by the Panthers. So they'll bring the teams back out for one play. You see 0.8 back out, or 0.8 of a second on the clock. Chargers will have the inbound here. You can still get a shot off with that time. It's got to be quick, though. You got to find it quick. They'll run it, the tip, trying to go for the tip to Shear, can't get it. And that'll do it now for the third quarter officially. When we return, fourth quarter action from Carroll High School on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Welcome back. SummitCitySports.com. Balin Height on the play-by-play. Matt running on the camera to the left of me. We're set in for what should be a pretty good finish here. Low-scoring affair between the Carroll Chargers and the Snider Panthers. 33-27. 6-point lead for the Chargers, and the Panthers will inbound it. Down low, they try to find Duff, stripped away by Reese Swerverland. So quick turnover. As the Chargers corral it. Arias Jones brings it back down. Had some space, thought about a shot. Instead, they'll swing it around. Now look for the offense to run. Up 6, not as comfortable as a cushion as what they had earlier in that third quarter. As the Panthers' defensive set, making it tough to find a shot. As that one trickles out of bounds, you see it there with good pressure. And back the other way it'll go. Six-point game. Jay Sean Underwood will bring it up the court for the Panthers. Now he'll hand it off to Darian Wright, who's hit 2 triples of his own. Bring some life back into this Panthers team and get them within 6. Now let's swing over to Michael Ely, and we'll get a quick foul as he was driving in the lane. And it'll go on Gross. It'll be Gross's first. 15 foul on the Chargers of the half. Under a minute gone. Just about a minute gone. In the fourth quarter is Brown inbounds it to Duff. Duff swings it over to Barnes. He's got Swerverland on him. Now over to Underwood. Shear working on him. Underwood will drive it. Long shot. Airmailed it over the rim. And McKeeman with the rebound. Now he'll bring it up. McKeeman leading all scorers with 13. Has a third of the Chargers' points tonight. Swerverland's got it. Some substitutions will be coming in here quick for the Chargers. David Edja, Nathan Fish set to check in. Keeman bringing it around, feeding it to Perlick, working on Duff. Taking it, Israeli Perlick under the rim and good. They've been trying to get that to work all night long. Have the Chargers had some success early in the game. Now back the other way. Rebound on the missed shot. And Dylan Duff gets the rebound. Puts it up and in. He's got 12 now, leading the Snider Panthers in scoring. So back and forth we go on that set. 2 minutes gone in the quarter. McKeeman's got it. Thought about feeding Shear. Working on Barnes in the post. Instead they'll get it to Jones. Jones down to Swervelin. Now gets down to Perlick. We'll go right back at it looks like here. Perlick thought about it. Instead he'll fade it off to Swervelin. Off Swervelin, give it right back to him. Working on Duff. Trying to get set is Duff. Here it comes. And they'll say he traveled. And turnover from the Chargers. Back the other way it'll go. Riley Perlick made the shot, but referee blew the whistle, called a travel. And instead, it's Panther ball. Moving it up is Lee. Edja back into the game after some foul trouble, 3 on him. Now backdoor cut to Ely. Nobody on him, drops it right in. And the lead down to 4. Panthers have worked it back into this game. Head coach Rouch is pumped in the corner for the Panthers. Willing his team back in this one. McKeeman wide open, will step up, he'll fire a 3. Hit it. Chargers needed that. McKeeman leads the game in scoring and helps increase the lead to 7. Now back to the way. Keandre Brown hits a 3 of his own. So the senior drops a 3 of his own, back to a 4-point game. Panthers like to play that back and forth style. And now we got a foul on Jones, or from Brown. That'll be his 5th if he's putting his hands in the air. And that's number 5 on Keandre Brown. So Keandre Brown fouls out of the game with 4:45 remaining. The senior, 12.5 points average in the game. He finishes with 5 tonight. It'll be Jones of the line. Chargers have had trouble tonight shooting free throws. Normally a pretty solid team. Over 75% from the line as a team. A couple guys shooting 90% in there. Jones pretty high up in there, but tonight he struggled from the line, as has the Chargers in general. Able to drop that one in. So now 4 for Arius Jones. And a 5-point lead. Jones' shot is good from the line. Perfect on the pair. They needed that. Up 6 now. As Jones has 5. So no Keandre Brown for the rest of this. 4:36 for the Panthers. Lee's got it. Trying to feed it over to right. He's hit it 2. Michael Ely catch and shoot 3. Hits it. Over 50% is the freshman from the line. You see it there. He's hit 2 tonight. And it's a 3-point game, 40-37. .420 left. Panthers have brought it back from what was a 13-point lead down to just 3. Chargers have failed to respond offensively. Now Edja will drive it on Duff, lay it up and in. Right around him is David Edja. So both teams, after slow-going games, starting to find it from the field. Able to get their offenses rolling. You got Duff now, and we've got a timeout. Head coach Rouch wants a timeout. So they'll drop in a timeout, and it's a full timeout. So with them, we'll take a timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome back in at SummitCitySports.com. Balin Height, Matt running on the camera. We're set here for the conclusion of this one. A little under 4 minutes, 3:59 remaining in the fourth quarter. Carroll Chargers up 5 points over the Snider Panthers. Good pressure from the Snider Panthers here, bringing it back down 13 at one point. I talked about the young resiliency of this team. 4-9 on the season, but record doesn't tell the tale. Had some tough non-conference matchups as well. Excuse me. Has some ups and downs and some close ones. So 2-game win streak on the season, trying to make it 3, as maybe starting to come together and find their rhythm here. Dylan Duff goes back at Arius Jones and gets it up and in. Duff with 14. Trails leading scorer Dan McKeeman with 16. It's McKeeman who brings it up now, 3:37 remaining. You know this one's going to be a great finish here, starting to get that eerie closeness feeling. Down to Perlick, working on the smaller Ely. He's probably going to take it right to the basket. Couldn't get the flop call. Could the Panthers that time, as really Perlick takes it up and in. And gets it now back the other way. A long triple try from Brown, rebounded by Duff. Up in the air, it does Jones, and Duff goes off the glass and good. Now we got a shootout, 44-41. We go back and forth here, 3 minutes remaining. Chargers with a 3-point lead. Off the screen rolls Jones. Off the glass, can't get it, not strong enough. Over the back, foul on Jones. Trying to get his own rebound. Jones' second foul. Team 6th. Under 3 minutes remaining. Panthers with a chance to tie things up at 44-44. Or make it a 1-point game. John Coyle Lee brings it up. Over to Underwood. Now John Barnes, he'll fire a 3. There it is. Can't get it. That took an odd bounce off the back of the rim. David Edger wants the ball in transition. Almost gets it stolen away. Now he'll take it up off the glass and good. Head coach Marty Beasley with a little fist pump. Like that one from the sideline. Now back the other way. Barnes with it. Now kicks it up to the wide open Lee. Fires a 3. In and out. Now let's see which way they're going to call it off of. They'll keep it down here for the Panthers. Loose ball. Went off about 5 or 6 different players from either team. But it's going to stay right down here. 5-point lead for the Chargers. Inbounds, tough play. Trying to find Duff on the floor. And we got a foul going the other way. They'll call a foul on Duff. I didn't see a lot of contact. It's Duff's second. I didn't see a lot of contact, just looked like a loose ball there. Maybe Duff got the push from the back. My point of view, I couldn't see that, as Perlick was on the ground. So you got a sub in for the Panthers. Wimbley will check out. And Farnsworth will come back in. Now stolen away by Ely. Ely's going to fire a 3, but they'll say he traveled. Took a little hop and a skip off the steal. Did Michael Ely. Missed the 3-point attempt anyway, but would have been a big push there. Would have made it a 2-point game. Closest the Panthers had come since leading. And they'll get it in. Some good pressure here from the Panthers. Keeman ought to be careful as he brings it up. Underwood working on him. Gets it across half court now. Close to 2 minutes we go. 2:10 remaining. Gets it to Swoverlin. Kind of feel a little bit of pressure right now between these two teams. Very stiff, trying to play each other. And Edger with a clear push. You can't do that. Trying to find space for himself. Back the other way. That's a 7th team foul on the Chargers. So Panthers will be in the bonus from here on out. And Edger picks up his 4th. So got to be careful now, David Edger, as he takes a seat on the bench. Under 2 minutes now. Coach Beasley's going to have to be careful how he uses David Edger. Under 2 minutes. You want your best players to play at the best times, but got to be careful. Ewes swings it over to Farnsworth. Farnsworth to take a drive. Tip ball on Underwood. Underwood will drive it now. Now stolen away by McKeeman. Under 2 minutes we go. Chargers bringing it up the court. McKeeman comes quick. Gets contact off the glass and good. So Dan McKeeman, big bucket time for the Chargers, and he gets one. He'll go to the line to shoot the and one opportunity. And McKeeman now with 18, chance to make it 19, leading all scorers in this one. 7th team foul on the Panthers. That's on Duff. So free throws the rest of the way for both teams as McKeeman drops that one in. Big shots, big players, make big shots. McKeeman's been on fire lately, had a couple of good games last week, and now 19 points tonight. Student section starts to get into it as Dylan Duff pulls it back at mid-range, hits it. His mid-range is so good. Dylan Duff able just to turn around and hit it from anywhere. With that turnaround J, very good. A minute 21. Head coach Roush calls a timeout. He's got 1 remaining. Chargers have 4. So 6-point game. We'll do a little reset here. Dylan Duff leading the Panthers in scoring with 18, and Dan McKeeman back on the other end on the board for 19, leading all scorers in this one. Behind McKeeman for the Chargers is Reese Swiverland with 8. Riley Perlick has 7 of his own. As for the Panthers, Keandre Brown with 5, but he took a seat on the bench with 5 fouls. Darion Wright has hit 2 3-pointers, a couple nice shots to get the Panthers some momentum. He has 6 points. John Quell Lee has 5, and Michael Ely has 8. Also, Lawrence Johnson added in a free throw with 1. So there's your scoring for the game for both teams as we're getting set for what could be a good one. As a 6-point deficit, not quite enough at this point. And if you're the Panthers, you want to talk about fouling if you need to in the situation, as time isn't quite on your side maybe necessarily, but you'll want to work here. Maybe the Chargers haven't been as good at shooting free throws as their season totals would suggest. Maybe if you get them in a position to start fouling, a couple missed free throws as Jones about gets it stolen away by Leeds. Looks like that's where the Panthers wanted to move, and now up to Swoverland. Gets it across, and we'll get a touch foul from Michael Ely. So it'll be Swoverland, who's a 92% free throw shooter, headed to the line for the Chargers. Michael Ely picks up his 2nd foul, and Edge will check back out now. Head coach Beasley playing it safe with Edge, matching him up on both ends. In and out, he'll go with 4 fouls. Got to be careful. You want your best players out there, as I mentioned, but 4 fouls make it kind of tough. And Swerveland no good on the first. I mentioned it. They're having problems with free throw shooting tonight. Normally, 75% free throw shooting team on the year. Pretty solid, and that 3 is shot and good from Darion Wright. He has 9 now, and the lead just to 3. Under a minute now. Pressure time. McKeeman with the ball. And a turnover. Down 3. Here they go. Dylan Duff. And what do they got? We got a whistle. He'll travel. Jeremy Rouse doesn't like the call, but not arguing as much. Getting his team rally, telling them we need to talk more on defense, boys. Under a minute here. 3-point lead for the Chargers. We'll see what happens. How quick will they pull the foul? They're going to try to go for the steal, which they've had success with. Arius Jones with the ball. Standing there now, he'll work with it. He's got Wright on him. Under 40 seconds now. Jones with it. Chargers content with just holding on to it and dribbling it out. Seems like the Panthers will let him. McKeeman's going to take it, feed it to Eja, and tipped out by Lee on the touch foul steal. Lee definitely got his hand on the ball, went right between the legs of Eja. Eja knew it, let it go out. 27 seconds remaining. Now it's going to be a tough inbounds for the Chargers. Gets it to Riley Perlick, and now they'll swarm him. Will Jonquel Lee pick up his 4th foul in the process, and send Riley Perlick to the line. For the Chargers, they've had trouble converting just the 1-1. Not in the double bonus yet, so no guarantee for Riley Perlick here. If you're head coach Marty Beasley, you're looking for 1. You'd be happy with 2, but you're looking for 1 just to make it a 2-possession game. So very important. Riley Perlick knocks down the first front end of this one for the Chargers. If not, if you're the Panthers, get the rebound. Maybe if you're head coach Roush, call the timeout as Perlick knocks it down, so we won't go into that. Perlick now with 8 and a 4-point lead for the Chargers. 25 seconds remaining. So it's going to come down to the foul game for the Panthers. As Perlick drops in that one, smooth for the senior. 5-point lead for the Chargers. Wright with a quick shot coming for the Panthers. Almost tipped away. Michael Elia fire a three. Can't get it off the top. Rebounded by David Edja. And now we got a foul call. 13 seconds remaining. Chargers up 5. They'll send David Edja to the line. Edja not the strongest free throw shooter, just at 75%. Fourth foul for Dylan Duff. As it's double bonus time, 10 team fouls on the Panthers. And Edja good on the first attempt. Now a 6-point lead for the Chargers. And Edja drops in the second. Good on the pair after having some difficulties earlier. 7-point lead, 13 seconds left. That should about do it. Panthers looking for a quick shot. Can't get the rim rattler. Three-pointer. Edja rebounds. He'll get fouled, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2 again. As the Chargers looks like they have victory in hand here. It was a close, well-contested fight for both teams. As the Panthers with a loss, impending loss, 4 seconds left, down 7. In this one, will drop to 4-10, and for the Chargers to 12-2, and the win streak will move on to 8. 5-1 in the conference. They'll go still in contention for the conference title, but need some help. They need Wayne to lose a game, and they would have to win out basically to defeat Northside and Homestead. Still left on their agenda, or still left on the schedule. As Edja perfect on the pair. Lead increases to 11 points. 3-point attempt, no good, and that'll do it from Carroll High School, where the Carroll Chargers advance a 12-2 on the 55-46 victory over the Snider Panthers. Close game it was. At the end of the game here, we'll do a little score recap. First quarter, it was the Panthers leading 10-8 on the hot shooting from Dylan Duff. He had the first 7 in the game. Then the script flipped heading into the second half as the Chargers went into the second half 22-13 with the lead. And out of the third quarter, the Panthers made it a closer game. Duff got hot again. He would finish with 18 points, but they were still down 33-27 at that point. And obviously your final score, 55-46. Chargers led by their 5'11 junior shooting guard, Dan McKeeman. McKeeman had 19 on the night. Behind him, it was David Edja with 9, with some clutch free throw shooting at the end there. Also, Riley Perlick finished with 9, and Reese Swiverland finished with 8. For SummitCitySports.com, we'd like to remind you that today's broadcast was brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on our Twitter at 260sports. Like us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you spending your Friday night with us, whether it was for the girls' game, boys' game, both. Glad you were here. Glad you were tuned in here, as the girls will start sectional play here just next week, and the boys still has another month left of regular season play. As for me, Balin Height, I'm signing off for tonight. Wishing you, everybody watching and listening, a good night. On the camera to the left of me has been Matt Runyon, and we've brought you this game here from SummitCitySports.com, where the Carroll Chargers were victorious 55-46 over the Snider Panthers. Have a great night, everybody.